Welcome back to my channel. This is DJ Kano, and we're in Division 2 again. It's been a little while since I posted anything from Division 2. Let's see what we got for today. I am going to actually take a look at a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. So one thing is Raid. I finally finished Raid, the Dark Hours. So first ever clear. Thank you to the fellas that helped me out with this. It was a group that was introduced to me by one of my clanmates, and these guys were really easy to work with. They were very patient and helpful. They got to teach me how to go through the roles that I needed to do for the Dark Hours raid. And upon my very first ever clear, I was able to get the EB. I got the Eagle Bearer, as you can see right here. So they were able to get me all five of the keys, and from Boomer all the way up to the Razorback, no issues at all, no wipes, really quick clear. I think it took us less than an hour probably to get there. Considering it was me and I think maybe one other guy that hasn't gone through the entire raid. Everyone else was pretty experienced and knew what they were doing. So yeah, got through there, and as soon as I opened the chest in the end, I had the EB sitting right there. So it was perfect. I got my Eagle Bear, and I actually do want to try and see what I can come up with in terms of making a build for this. So I was actually going to go through the process of which how I end up going about making builds. Um, I'll get into that in a little bit, but since we're talking about raid, this same group was able to get me through my first ever Iron Horse clear as well. So within the Iron Horse clear, we have now the projects here. So I've got my projects. So this is probably some old news for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people have already done this. There might be some people that have not done this. So I'm not going to really get into a lot of it though, because there's probably a lot of other content out there that discusses this in more detail. But I'm just going to go through this really quickly. So I got lucky too. I was able to get at least the Foundry backpack, and I got the Future backpack. No chest piece, unfortunately. So I got at least two pieces that need to get donated. So I unfavorited them. Apparently, if they're favorited, you don't get to actually um, donate them. So I'm going to donate this right now. And luck, and these I had three other pieces at least. I might have other pieces that are on builds right now, but these are the ones just sitting inside of my stash. So I'm just going to donate these guys and get them out of the way to clear my inventory. So as you can see, I don't know actually what the next step of this project might be, but I do need to get a chest piece and possibly, I think this one was a face mask. So still needing two pieces. So yeah, this one was the mask and the chest piece. Yep, so two pieces for each. So at least I got those donated. Those are done. All right. So what I did first was I ended up thinking I'm thinking that well, whenever I do a build, I try to figure out what I want to centralize the build on. So sometimes it might be for a particular purpose. So am I trying to be healer? Am I trying to be damage? Am I trying to do defense or whatever it might be? I prefer having damage for any build that I would have. I defense is nice and that's good for support builds, but I don't have a lot of those. Maybe just a handful of them. Skill builds, of course. I have a few skill builds and a few weapon damage builds. I think because I'm going to center around the Eagle Bearer, I want this to be some kind of a weapon damage based build. So that's my first thought process in terms of making a build. Sometimes if I do want to kind of have a much deeper, bigger head start in terms of building something like this, then I'll easily just go online and I'll just like, oh, so who already has an Eagle Bearer build? Who already has particular builds that center around this piece as well, and I'll take some cues off of that. And I will be honest, I actually have not looked at any Eagle Bearer builds. I don't know what's out there. There's probably a lot because this is not a new gun at all. This gun's been around for a while. Um, but I do want to put something together for hopefully there are a lot of more people that have been able to get the Eagle Bear since its release, as it is definitely one of the older exotics. So anyway, looking at what we have here, so I get accuracy as I continuously fire up to 30%. Headshots are the big part of this gun, so headshots are important. Keeping in mind the fact that it's also an AR. Okay, so headshots and damage is taken off the buff. All total delayed damage is reduced for each enemy killed. Okay, so it looks like I do need to have killing ability, right? So if I want to try and turn off that, the headshot is not a big deal because I'll get the headshot, and that's not too bad. But all I need to do, I don't need to get more headshots. I don't need any more headshots. I just need to make sure I get kills after that headshot. So if I get the headshot, the strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. So tenacity will increase if by a lot if I go ahead and get a headshot. So maybe I do want to be able to get some headshots, but then again, as long as my damage is up there. So maybe I'm looking for a good balance between just damage in general, and maybe I'll stack some headshot damage on there too. But bottom line is, if you look at the bottom of the tenacity description, um, the total delayed damage is reduced for every enemy killed. So I want to be able to kill enemies. That's for sure. I definitely want to be able to do that. So I'm looking for weapon damage. Okay, so I'm going to keep that in mind because headshots are kind of important. I went ahead and I did apply. Let's go here. I applied my I passed it. My Prey Hunter build. So you can see that everything's checked except for I have the Bighorn in my Prey Hunter because the Bighorn basically uses headshots as well. But anyway, so I have my Prey Hunter build set up here because my Prey Hunter already has a lot of headshot damage on it too. So I'm gonna kind of like reverse engineer from here and make changes and apply changes as we need to. So it's a sniper build, and I don't think I want to continue sniping with this. I don't know what my secondary gun is going to be as of just yet. I'm going to figure that out in a moment. I do know it's going to be a rusher build. So I do want to be rushing a little bit. So maybe I'll put the rail splitter on because I like that gun a lot. I love the rail splitter. I'm going to keep that there for now. Actually, no, I take that back. So remember, keeping in mind that the Eagle Bearer is an assault rifle, I don't want to use two assault rifles. So I actually do not want the rail splitter. Um, Rusher build, the other thing I would probably use would be the Dark Winter. So I want to use two different guns. I don't want to use the same kind of gun. I'm going to run out of ammo really quickly. So if I'm looking at a potential Rusher build, that's what I want there. Okay? So let's go take a look. Because the two big pieces out of the six, here's the next step. Two big pieces out of the six gear pieces are going to be my backpack and my chest piece. I want to be paying attention to what my talents are. So that's where I'm going to select my backpack and my chest. So once I know what backpack and chest I have, that will help me also narrow down and determine what the other four pieces will be. So that's the next step in this approach. Okay, so looking for weapon damage, like I said, possibly headshot damage. I'm looking for things that'll help me there. Looking for something that's going to help me being relatively close to enemies because I'll have a better chance at getting headshots up and close and also getting that damage. So I definitely want something that's going to get me up and close. So combined arms is not bad if I'm using skills. I don't think I'm going to run skills. Also skill based. Status effects to an enemy causes total skill damage and repair by 20 seconds. So do I want to add repair to this in case tenacity hits me? I I don't think I need that because if I do have shock and awe, um, I can get that the repair increase. But then again, it's going to be a waste because this is also for skill damage. So it's a skill based talent. Maybe I'm not going to look at that. So allies within 7 meters of deployed skills. So another skill based. Performing cover to cover. I don't really do cover to cover, so I'm going to skip that. So vigilance, total weapon damage. So taking damage disables a buff. So this is usually a crowd favorite for weapon damage because you just get 25 off the bat. But if I'm rushing, I'm going to get damage, so probably not that one. At least not for now. I might consider, maybe using a shield, even though I don't like shields. If I use a shield, there's a good chance that I could get this talent to work, but not right now. Opportunistic doesn't work because I'm not using a marksman or shotgun. Companion, when you're in 5 meters of a drawn skill, total weapon damage is increased by 15. I could use a drone possibly, so maybe. So far Companion's the best one for now, but still I don't think that's going to be that great with only 15%. Concussion, headshots increase total weapon damage by 10% for 1.5 seconds. 5 seconds with marksman rifles. Okay, so headshot kills increase total weapon damage by 15% for 10 seconds. So maybe concussion might be a good one for this because it is headshot centric. 15% isn't much, but we'll see. That's something to keep in mind. Wicked is status effects. Clutch below kills allow you to repair armor. So if you blow 50% armor, Critical hits repair. Okay. So this is based on crits and kills. Alright, maybe not that one. Okay, so far concussion is on. I haven't ever used concussion, so it might be a good time to check it out. So armor kits, skill base for calculated, full armor increases total. So that's for skill repair, bloodsucker, killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor. So this one maybe because if I get kills, well then again if I get kills anyway, I don't need the bonus armor to protect me from the tenacity. So, but this is a good rusher build one, so it gives me some durability as I get kills. So maybe because I do have to get kills anyway, so maybe bloodsucker. Shield is damage, you gain bonus armor. And other allies gain 15% of your armor. Versatile when I switch between guns. So for this one, it's for assault rifles and LMGs. So if I decided to use an LMG instead, I would get 10% only. So that's not a lot. So maybe not that one. So killing an enemy. So this unstoppable force might be decent, but I don't get anything off the bat. So killing an enemy increases weapon damage by 5%. So up to 25% weapon damage. Creeping death is status. This is statuses and adrenaline rush. So right now, the one that I think I want to try is concussion, and if not concussion, it seems like bloodsucker. But I already have a bloodsucker build, so maybe not bloodsucker because I don't want to repeat too much of the same thing. So maybe between concussion and unstoppable force, those are the two that I would consider. Okay, so those are the talents for the backpack. For the chest, let's see. So that's skill based, tag team, dealing weapon damage only consumes the mark. This is for skills. Explosive delivery is not going to help me here. That's for explosives. Allies was staying in cover. So I thought about unbreakable just in case because this is good for extra protection, but we'll see. Gunslinger swapping weapons increases 20% for 5 seconds. So this is a possibility too because the more I swap, it's going to be like my swap fire build because I'm swapping to prevent bleed damage as I reload. If I swap this one, I could be swapping guns anyway if I get tenacity um, turned on and I don't want to get hit by it, right? So gunslinger is a possibility. Obliterate critical hits, increase total weapon damage. Okay, so obliterate might be a decent one for rushing to give me more weapon damage. Killing an enemy adds 1 round of random special ammo. Tamper proof is for skills. Let's see. So maybe obliterate is a possibility, or gunslinger. Those are the ones I'm looking at right now. So the skills, the weapon, skill damage, pulse to enemies. I don't want to use a pulse for this build. Empathetic resolve, repairing an ally. Intimidate, we know that one is if while I have bonus armor, so you would probably use that with Bloodsucker, but I already have an Intimidate build. Glass cannon focused, damage enemies with a skill, trauma. So these are armor. That was so headhunter. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hits within 30 seconds, deals an additional killing. Also, okay, so I considered headhunter too because a lot of people are using this for sniping, of course, but I will be going to kill with headshots. So this could definitely help with my damage. But let's think about this. So I have 30 seconds after I kill with a headshot, and I can get an additional 125% from that killing blows damage. So that's the only part that I don't think it'll work because if I'm killing them, the last shot would probably not be very impactful. So it's the last kill shot. Damage is capped. So I don't think I'm gonna get much damage out of this though, because the sniper rifle takes off a ton of damage with the killing blow. This one will probably not take a lot of damage with the killing blow. So maybe not headhunter. Yeah, not headhunter. So obliterate or gunslinger. Let's try obliterate then. So looking at an obliterate concussion a combination. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. Okay. All right. Let's see. One, do I have anything with me already? I guarantee don't have anything uh, in my inventory with concussion because I've never used it. Also keeping in mind, yeah, that I might use memento as an option as well. But let's take a look here. So I'm looking for something that I can apply concussion to. And I'm looking for weapon damage. So this is going to give me marksman rifle damage. I don't want that. Fenris will give me the AR damage. So maybe a Fenris piece. So this one has status effects on it, assault rifle damage on it, and applying a status. So I mean, this already has status effects, God rolled, oof, but it has headshot damage too. So I could roll concussion on this, but then I would waste that status effects piece. So I think I'm gonna try and see what else I got first. So Grupo. So another decent one, but skill damage. I don't need skill damage. So Hunter's Fury. So Hunter's Fury wouldn't be too bad, but it's shotguns and SMGs, so it's not going to help me right off the bat. So not my first choice. So this is also status is Overlord. I've got Companion on it, so skill damage is going to be a waste. Headshot and skill damage again. So Strikers I don't mind usually, because Strikers would be good for the weapon handling. It'll help me with that reload speed and such. So Strikers wouldn't be too bad actually for a backpack. Let's see, let's go back down again. But I was looking at applying concussion. That's the only downside to it. Let's see, Walker. Another Walker with skill damage as well. And then a Wyvern and Seska. So currently I don't have anything great that I'd be able to apply concussion to. I do have those other ones, like I said, that Fenris and stuff up there. So for now, this one has weapon damage, headshot damage, and Petrov. Oh, Petrov's LMG though. I don't want Petrov. That's rifle damage, so it's not going to be great. Let's see, which one can I waste here? So this Grupo has calculated. It's actually a good piece for a skill hybrid build. I don't want to waste this one. But then again, I can always change it back to calculated. So I might consider testing it out with this piece here, because it already has headshot damage. Uh, 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 uh. And a Grupo would be good for the crits. So let's pull this out. Okay, I think I might have a chest piece with, what do we say, Obliterate? I do have Unbreakable too, but that's shotguns. Let's see. Okay, perfect. I do have a Fenris right here, so this Fenris already has Obliterate on it. So I think I'm going to apply this Fenris right now, and I'm going to get that Grupo that I had. Do I have another one that I can waste? No, I don't have that. See, Perfect Bloodsucker would be nice, but like I said, I already have that build. I don't want to have too many repeat builds. So let's apply those two for now, okay? Let's go to change the backpack really quickly. Okay, we're going to change calculated to concussion. Okay, and again, this is just for the purpose of testing this out, because we don't know that this is actually going to work. And I can always change it back to calculated later if I want to. Having that skill damage would be ideal if I had skills on this, but I don't know what skills I'm going to run. So it's not a complete waste, but I get crits off of it. I get assault rifle damage off of this. So those two pieces are pretty solid. Because this is a rusher build, these Sawyer uni pads are not going to be very helpful. So let's see what we can use instead. So Bellstone wouldn't be too bad, because I got armor regen and crit chance. Let's see. Emperor's Guard gives me the armor regen as well. Uh, 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 I don't want Rigger. Sokolov. Sokolov could be an option too, simply just for the fact that I'm running the Dark Winter, and it has crits on it. Well, pretty much almost God rolled. So pretty much any of these knee pads I think would be really good. So I might let's start off with damage first, and then we'll see if we have to change it out. Yeah, let's start with damage. Let's go with the weapon damage with the Walker. So the God rolled with crits. That's always nice. So it looks like I got those three pieces set. Do I want to use an exotic? So if I'm going to use an exotic, what could I use? Um, I could use the Coyote because that will give me um, a lot of damage with that. Let's see, and let's save this on the side here. I actually don't remember what this Echo build was, so I'm gonna just overwrite this for now. Okay, and then I want to take a look at what I had for these other Rusher builds. So for the Savage Pestilence, this one is Striker based, but I have a 511 and looks like Adrenaline Rush Intimidate, right? So no exotic on that Rusher. Blind Winter, no exotic on that one. So maybe I don't need an exotic, but it would be nice to have that extra boost of power. So let's try it out then. Let's try Coyote and see what happens. Because it's got the weapon damage and the crits. So that might be nice to have anyway. Okay, so these pieces are good. I need gloves and I need holster. So Providence with headshot damage. That actually might be good to keep on for now. Because it already has weapons headshot damage for the Providence anyway. This is a Seska. So I have Grupo. That'll be nice. These are the hard hitting players actually in terms of a damage build. So I have a Seska with headshot damage. I have a Grupo with headshot damage. So I get the crit damage. I get the crit chance. I get the weapon damage from the Walker. I get the headshot damage from the Providence, and I get assault rifle from Fenris. So I mean, this is a relatively decent build setup right now, at least enough to test out, right? So okay, so if I have this, if I'm rushing, I definitely will need my Reviver Hive because there's a very good chance I will go down on Heroic. Okay, so I want Reviver Armor Repair. Um, Health is fine, and range is fine. Okay, so I have that good to go. Let's go and save it again because I got some updates. Okay, so I got that in there. If I'm rushing, so this is going to be a good question. So if I'm rushing with headshots, what would help me with that? Because I have my blinder for my blind winter build, which has it's a good distraction in that regard. Um, I don't know. Drone shield. I don't want to use a shield. It's the last thing I want to use. Let's see. Can't think of anything that would help me, like anything that would help me get kills. So chem launcher. Maybe we'll go with health for now. Let's go with health. Let's just put a fixer drone on for the moment. Okay, so for the moment, and we'll see, because I do have that one roll of skill damage, so I'm not sure what I want to use there. Okay, let's check out my stats now. So once I have all my pieces, right, this is at least for a good test. I'm going to go to the stats, and I want to see where my crits are at. So I got max chance and 124 damage. That's pretty darn good in terms of crits. Headshot damage is 115. I don't usually mess with headshot damage, so I'm not 100% sure if that's really good or not. But I'm going to go ahead and add maybe a little bit more crit damage here. Okay, so I don't know why I have that, or that, or that. And 11.9 I'll keep. Just don't need that. So I have 111.9. What else do I have? Crit damage. I have an 11.9. Well, I have a max headshot damage. You know what? I'm going to put the max headshot damage mod on top of that piece. I'm going to put the 11.9 crit damage there. And I got one more crit damage in here. I know that for sure. So 11.6, 11.7. Yeah, and a second 11.9. Okay, so this other 11.9. Okay, so that is the maxed out version there. Save this. And I want the EB to be my primary actually, so. Okay, so this so far is roughly where I'm at. I don't think I need to have the sharpshooter anymore, so let's change out that specialization. Let's see. Gunner will give me signature weapon. Okay, wait. Killing enemies grant 10% armor. Armor repair. Every third reload is faster. So a gunner seems to be viable for this build for now. Okay, and then let's go ahead and save it one more time. Okay, so this is tentatively the Eagle Bearer build for now, the Eagle Bearer Rusher build. And it's right now it's not doing anything super fancy. It's just high weapon damage to get tenacity to work. And I do want to make sure, I want to see if tenacity would be worth it, right? So the more I shoot over the next 15 seconds, the stronger this gun is supposed to be. And it's already pretty strong, but let's see how much it amplifies. All right. So um, anyway, that's the process in which I put a build together, and I recommend if you're trying to find a way to put a build together, find the pieces that are crucial. For me, it was the EB. The next step would be to look at your talents for your backpack and your chest, because those talents are going to heavily weigh how your build gets procced in certain ways. Once you do that, then you can kind of find the other four pieces: your mask, your gloves, your knee pads, or your holster. Um, Also, keep in mind if you wanted to use an exotic piece, so you have your chests, your masks, your backpacks, whatever it might be. In this case, Coyote was the best option for now, and then you can determine, your skills and your specialization afterwards, which is going to best benefit your build overall. So keep that in mind. And right now, I have not tested this, so I have no idea if it's going to stay this way or what's going to happen. Definitely, if it works so far, I'm going to have to go farm for another backpack that I can apply concussion to, so I can get more red. That skill damage would be nice if I could have that as another red, or even armor regen or something like that, because I'm not using any skills with damage right now. So that yellow roll is kind of a waste. So, um, yeah, so that's basically the process. I will get back into the next video testing out this build and potentially making those modifications to the build to try to perfect it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.